Hello everyone, welcome to our portrait photography tutorial and learn some practical and interesting portrait photography techniques. When we take portrait photos, sitting is also a common pose. Before shooting, we need to understand the following knowledge. Basic scenes of sitting. With furniture, on the ground, and on the steps. Generally, people would sit on some furnitures. Ground scenes include the floor, the grass, the beach, and so on. Step scenes include the staircase, the railings, etc. Sitting posture can be basically divided into two main categories. One is the high sitting posture, and the other is the low sitting posture. High sitting posture means that hips are parallel to or above thighs. Low sitting posture means that hips are lower than thighs. For example, sitting on a low table or chair or on the floor. Let's illustrate this with a live shot. Sitting postures should focus on matching lines. When taking photos with sitting postures, we must make lines intact. After the model sits down, his or her body, thighs, calves will form lines. The key is making sure lines fit together. If combined with various hand poses, it will create many beautiful poses. When posing in sitting postures, the first step is to find the most appropriate body proportion. Sitting postures tend to interrupt the curves of the body and pay attention to turnings between the joints of the limbs, to avoid creating awkward lines, to prevent distorted muscles and messy lines. Photographers have to be observant and remind the model in time. High sitting postures. When shooting in high sitting position, the upper body doesn't change much. The key is the posture of legs. Models can point their feet inward, which is a lovely posture. Or they can cross their legs, one in front and one behind, hands supporting the body, which will look more natural and comfortable. Of course, when shooting, sitting postures can be more flexible. Models should be relaxed, not rigid or stiff. When sitting in a high position, note also two legs' center of gravity should be different. For example, let one leg slope a bit, or bend in the front of the other leg, bringing the weight to the leg in the back, making lines more smooth. And don't let legs face the camera directly, because it will look rather dull. It's better to have the model sitting on side at 45 or 90 degrees, and let the body turn back a bit more. This twisting will also produce a more desirable curve. Low sitting posture. When shooting a low sitting posture, don't let the model sink into the chair. This will squeeze the thighs, making them look thick, less attractive, although we're shooting a sitting posture. The body should not be too relaxed. Models need to keep their chests up, otherwise it will look too casual. The knee-hugging posture focuses on the subtlety and femininity of women. Thighs tuck up close to the chest. If necessary, let the model arch her feet, like tiptoeing, raising the legs. This will make calves look longer, and the body more evenly shaped. Sitting on the floor is a more relaxed and casual posture. This posture is more flexible, suitable for some private photos, innocent-looking portraits and lifelike scenes. Notice that this posture should not be too casual, especially for ladies. Pay attention to the angle and direction of legs. When shooting seated portraits, you should pay attention to the following aspects. First, the selected angle. Models' joints are crucial. Generally, the angle of lens is important, such as the angle of elbows, knees, etc., against the camera, to avoid perspective distortion. Sitting portraits do not easily show the body shape, but a chubby belly. Remind models to cover the belly or breathe in. You can use a wide-angle lens with a low angle, making lines of legs look longer, accentuating the curves of lower limbs. Second, body coordination. Most of the variations in sitting posture are shown on the legs and feet, but other parts are also important, like the head, chest, arms, and so on. These parts fit together in a coordinated way to form a complete sitting posture. The head needs to go along with the rest of the body. It can also regulate the body balance. It can be raised, lowered, tilted left or right, turned around. Chest and shoulders. can change the direction and the angle of hips. Like turning left or right, the height of shoulders can also be changed. Arms are also important in the sitting posture. The flexibility of them can enrich the sitting posture. Sometimes they also can support the balance of the whole posture. Third, face expressions. Seated portraits go along with static expressions. Different sitting postures are suitable for different themes. Therefore, we need to control and adjust the corresponding face expression of the posture. We should make a clear priority of the intended postures and bring the best out of them. We can shoot actions and emotional expressions that match with the environment, based on the scene. Good movements and expressions, matching the right environment, will create an elegant, generous, and comfortable image.